Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear Workshop. My name is Pat Bear and I'm here to build a model kit and actually probably two model kits and to hang out with all of you. And I'm going to go ahead and throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the tier 2 blue emote in chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi or use other people's emotes. Or if you feel like being a lurker, you can just lurk and you don't have to say anything. And that's also okay. That's valid. Lashberg is here. Ghost Valve is here. It's Monday, and I'm model kit building, and I'm excited to have you here. I hope everyone's doing excellent out there on the old internet. I look forward to finishing up the Buster Gundam and then starting up the Gundam Astray Gold Frame Amatsu Mina, which is one of the longest, high grade, which is one of the longest titles for a model kit we've had in quite some time. It's been a hot minute since we've worked on something that with that kind of name. It's been a bit. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing excellent out there on the old internet. Ready for model kit building and conversation. The Buster Gundam's almost done. We got to build the last leg. Then we have to build the weapons and then put it all together, take a couple photos, and then move on with our lives and build a very cool kit with some gorgeous looking gold pieces there. Obviously plastic to look like gold. A lot of stickers on this upcoming kit. Gonna be a bit of work, but I think the rewards are gonna be pretty excellent. And we'll get this like weird sense like we're gonna jump 2 years in Bandai, and it feels like such a big difference in just those 2 years from 2011, which is the Buster Gundam, to 2013, which is the Astray Gold Frame Amatsu Mina. Hello, Lord Crashington. Welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here on this fine, Monday. I almost said Tuesday. It's not Tuesday. A reminder, Tuesday streams are non-model kit building streams. This Tuesday stream, we are returning to WWE 2K24. Because I bought the DLC, I want to definitely use it. We will focus on 4 of the original are 4 of the added DLC characters, Sandman, Terry Funk, and Team 3D, aka the Dudley Boys. I probably won't have CM Punk because I don't want to deal with his song tripping up Twitch. Cult of Personality could get me demonetized on Twitch or the VOD muted or something, so I don't even want to deal with that. But yeah, that's going to be tomorrow, and a bunch of new creator wrestlers that I downloaded. It's going to be really good. The donation incentive will continue. $10 donation will allow you to pick a match type or some wrestlers involved or both. That will happen again tomorrow. I am currently at 86% of my goal, trying to get to 100 before a week from this Wednesday. I don't have to pay it all up front, but they're going to want a big chunk of it, and I would love to just be done. I would love to stop thinking about it. That's what I should say. I would love to stop fucking thinking about it. You understand. We're going to get started. Let's jump over to the overhead. Here's the Buster Gundam. We got to keep working on the Buster. It needs another foot, so let's build that foot. And then when that foot is done, we will be able to work on the weapons. Let's get that. We need this. We need this. We're going to need A. All we need is A for this. So let's get A out here. And let's build ourselves a foot and an ankle. We got to build the ankle as well. And then we'll be done with this sprue. And we can move on. Let's see. Is there anything over the weekend that happened since the last stream? Sunday was pretty basic. I watched some wrestling with some friends via Discord, which was really fun. I enjoy doing that on a Sunday evening. It is a nice way to end my weekend, is hanging out with some friends. Nothing too exciting out there. I made dinner for myself. My folks were at a minor league baseball game, and I chose not to go to that because I just didn't fucking want to. So I made dinner for myself, chicken and French fries. I did my pan-fried chicken, which I am very adept at doing at this point. I am locked into doing that. Again, then I had French fries and some peas, and it was an excellent meal that I if I do say so myself, did a very good job with it. That was 2 days in a row that I prepared my own dinner for myself and just me. And then a week from today, Memorial Day, I'll be grilling for the fam. And so at the very least, my parents, if not more people, I don't know if more people are coming. I believe we are inviting some other people to attend. So I will have to know how many foods I will need to prepare. All right, so I'm going to try to get this. I'm going to try, let's see. I have to get this polycap in here, and it is being not super cooperative. Oh, no, I got it. Okay, I got it. Good. I was going to use the trick. Sometimes I could do this with like a spudger or something where you hold it in place, and then that just lets it gives it enough friction that it doesn't like spin around. Because sometimes when you're putting a polycap in, it will spin a bit. It won't set in particularly well, which is, of course, frustrating. So we'll get that on. We'll get that on. And then we'll line this up. And we'll get the ankle together. And we can get the ankle set on the leg here, which is this polycap. Oh, yeah. I'm doing it wrong. That's why. I was like, why isn't this fitting in the polycap? Because I was putting it on upside down. That would explain it. And we're just going to hit the sides of this with a little black marker. It won't be too noticeable on camera, but in person, it does stand out. With a little bit of black on this part here will stand out some. But this is pretty dark plastic, so it's not like it's going to do a whole lot. It's not the contrast of the off-white with the gray, which certainly hits a little harder. Yeah, all right. That'll look good. Got some stuff to chat with you all about this evening. Some quick news and then some longer news. Let's start with, hey, this came out pretty just kind of like an hour and a half ago. This news came out because it was announced in Japan, so it's hitting us now. Another company has been unembraced. They broke their embrace. They have run away from the Embracer Group. This being the company Shiver Entertainment, hot off the presses indeed. I'm John. Also, hi, I'm John. Shiver Entertainment, who you may know from their work as a port studio, for good or for bad. I do want to make that clear that their Switch port of Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat I, apparently was ill-received. But they are apparently solid enough that 20, it's like they've been a company for 12 years. But yeah, they have been acquired from, they've acquired 100% outstanding shares of Shiver Entertainment. And Nintendo now owns that away from Embracer. And not just the name, they got the studio and the people involved in the studio because they want them to work. It's not an acquisition. It is an acquirement of talent, most likely as a port studio. They do include some stuff in this notice of acquisition. Of course, things could fall apart dealing with, between different countries. It probably won't, but it could. They say purpose acquisitions. Shiver is a video game development company that develops software for multiple platforms, including Nintendo Switch. Since its establishment, Shiver has partnered with publishers and developers through commissions from large-scale development, and recently has worked on porting and development software titles such as Hogwarts Legacy, and as I mentioned, Mortal Kombat 1. Nintendo will acquire 100% of the outstanding shares of Shiver and make it a wholly owned subsidiary. By welcoming Shiver's experienced and accomplished development team, Nintendo aims to secure high-level resources for porting and development software titles. Going forward, even after it becomes part of Nintendo Group, and I found this part particularly interesting. Let me find C5. I need C5 out of here. Shiver's focus will remain the same, continuing commissions that ports and develop software for multiple platforms, including Nintendo Switch. So that means They are going to be helping companies port their games to the Switch, but also they will be picking up acquisitions for other things and doing other ports. It seems like this is conjecture on your friend Pat's part. Perhaps Nintendo wants a studio that they can offer to be a partner with any group that was like, well, we don't know, we're porting it, but we don't know if we also would do a Switch port or a Switch 2 port. Then Nintendo can say, well, if you worked with Shiver, they're experts at porting to the Switch and /Switch 2. Or, they're our partners in this. We own them, so we would love for you to do all your ports with them. Who knows? But it does sound like they're going to be doing other things. There was conjecture online that perhaps this was also going to mean that Shiver was going to be working on porting games from the Switch to the Switch 2 for other companies, so they can focus. They can be like, well, you should also have this come out on Switch 2 and Switch, or if they're putting it on Switch 2, there could be the dumbed down Switch port, that kind of thing. That they'll work on that. The overview is that they're getting the whole company, including the CEO. And then the final note is, which is very Nintendo, because this is, of course, this press release is being read by their shareholders. The acquisition will have only a minor effect on Nintendo's results for this fiscal year, which is non-committal talk for this isn't going to cost us so much money that you would notice. You wouldn't notice it on our bottom line that we did this, is what it seems to say. They seem to be saying, yeah, I mean, like, this ain't gonna break the bank, y'all. Don't freak out about it. It's gonna be okay. C9. But that's awesome. A company outside of Embracer surviving, that's pretty great. It's probably only $3 billion. Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, look, I don't know how much it is. It can't be a lot because this is a small porting studio. It is a studio that isn't clearly wasn't part of the immediate plans. Now, one could argue that Shiver might have made short-term money, continuous short-term money for the fine folks, in quotation marks, at Embracer, that kind of capital would just be made because they were doing work and they were getting consistent work, but also they probably couldn't turn down the opportunity to sell something that they didn't think was going to make them oodles of money. There's no IP attached to Shiver, so sell it off, I guess. But yeah, that was fairly decently nice and good gaming news. So I felt like, why not start with that news before we get into some AI talk? Unfortunately, we got to talk about some artificial intelligence. Let's talk. We'll go work backwards. Let's talk about Sky. Sky, the AI assistant voice that ChatGPT in their 4.0 system that they've been touting, that they put out a trailer for, that they've been hyping up. Sky, this AI assistant that had this remarkable voice, this voice that was very reminiscent of someone. But who could have that someone been? Is it that voice sounded pretty much almost like it was an AI copy of Scarlett Johansson? Because you know who thinks that? No, John, it wasn't your voice. You know who thinks that maybe that was that this is just a copy of Scarlett Johansson's voice? Scarlett Johansson thinks that. And her reasons for thinking that, besides the obvious, it sounds like her, and her friends and family were like, hey, that's your voice, right? She's got more reason because according to her, she put out a statement when asked for comment on this. Last September, I received an offer for Sam Altman, from the CEO of ChatGPT, who wanted to hire me to voice the current um, sorry, current ChatGPT 4.0 system. He told me that he felt that by my voicing the system, I could bridge the gap. Of course, this is going to be some high level CEO bullshit speak. So I apologize for what I'm about to say. I could bridge the gap between tech companies and creatives and help consumers to feel comfortable with the seismic shift concerning humans and AI. He said he felt that my voice would be comforting to people. After much consideration for personal reasons, I declined the offer. So she's like, I'm not gonna fucking get into it, but like I said no. I was good with this. 9 months later, my friends, family, and the general public all noted how much the newest system named Sky sounded like me. When I heard the release demo, I was shocked, angered, and in disbelief that Mr. Altman would pursue a voice that sounded so eerily similar to mine that my closest friends and news outlets could not tell the difference. Mr. Altman even insinuated, and I'd forgotten about this shit, he even insinuated that the similarity was intentional, tweeting a single word, her, a reference to the film in which I voiced a chat system, Samantha, who forms an intimate relationship with a human. Yes, John, they're purposely impersonating her. They tried to get, here's the thing, they weren't ever going to really record her. They probably wanted to have sample lines so they could make their AI impersonation better. But yeah, no, they're just using her voice without her permission instead of using her voice with her permission, like AI. Like all of the models that AI is built on. And again, trying to insinuate, like basically just like taunting her by being like, yeah, this is definitely based on Scarlett Johansson's voice. We're being intentional in that, which is wild. 2 days. Here's the fucking kicker though to me. This shit is crazy. 2 days before ChatGPT 4.0 demo was released, Mr. Altman contacted my agent asking me to reconsider. Before we could connect, the system was out there. So that's basically, they were like we're ready to go. We should probably just check in like one more time and see if she's sure for sure. And then they didn't even wait for a response. Like someone was just like, hey, do your due diligence. And that due diligence is, of course, legal ammunition. Yes. Okay. As a result of their actions, I was forced to hire legal counsel who wrote 2 letters to Mr. Altman and OpenAI setting out what they had done and asking them to detail the exact process in which they created the Sky voice. Consequently, OpenAI reluctantly agreed to take down the Sky voice. In a time when we are all grappling with deepfakes and the protection of our own likeness, our own work, our own identities, I believe there are questions that deserve absolute clarity. I look forward to resolution in the form of transparency and the passage of appropriate legislation to help ensure that individual rights are protected. When you start messing with famous people, then shit gets real. Yeah, they done fucked with a big name. And like, is Scarlett Johansson litigious? Not that I'm aware of. Is she interested in long, lengthy court battles in the public eye? Probably not. Did they done piss her off? You damn right they did. And because again, they did it the right way, and then when the right way didn't work out, they just did it. Because that's the MO of AI, is make a lot of empty promises, push forward, come from the mindset that, hey, you're going to have to learn to love this anyway. You might as well get on board now. Fake it till you make it. And then when called on it, be like, well, we're trying and we're figuring it out. And yeah, some stuff slipped through the cracks. And you just, ask for forgiveness, not permission. but maybe don't try to do that with one of the most like well regarded, despite some of her casting choices, well regarded people in the industry, entertainment industry, because that's probably not going to work out great. Scarlett Johansson's got money to be fucking pissed off about this shit. You know what I mean? She's got money to be pissed. Not everybody's got pissed off money. Some people do have pissed off money. Scarlett Johansson has pissed off money. So, like, yikes. Good luck. Good fucking luck to you on that one. And then you're going to hear stuff about Recall. We should talk about Recall, which fuck every goddamn AI bullshit thing. Total Recall is a cool movie, but don't fucking call your thing Recall. What are we doing here? Anyway, hey, Recall is a thing that you're going to hear about. I'll just start off what it's not. Microsoft is not going to force you to have an AI assistant that records everything you do on your computer in Windows 11, because it's not capable of doing that. Now, believe me, fucking believe me, if Microsoft could enable, and with an opt-out and an opt-in, Recall on every computer they have, or even every Windows 11 computer they have, they would, because they would love for you to be stuck with it. They can't do that because it requires a lot of stuff. But basically, this is Timeline, which they tried with Windows 10 and then eventually gave up on. But this is Timeline. It's just that this thing is now going to be in Windows 11 on certain machines, it is going to rewind, which you may know from some Mac stuff. But basically, it's going to have like a timeline of stuff you've been doing on your computer. And then you'll be able to like go through the things, find the stuff that you want to highlight, like documents that you've deleted by mistake, or if you want to see, if you're like, I want to roll back to the project I worked on, whatever. And it's going to use the cloud. It's going to use AI in the cloud to do this stuff. But it's only going to work on Copilot plus PC. So it's already going to have Copilot on it. And that is the Snapdragon X Elite chips. So it's only going to work on AMD stuff for 84. Yeah, it's going to be like, the requirements are so high. Like my computer, which right now does not have Windows 11 on it. I have been lazy about upgrading to Windows 11. I will at some point, but I just haven't. But yeah, for Windows, like for me, even though I have Windows 11, it wouldn't run on my machine. My machine is not designed for that. So that's fine. Like the new Surface Pro. Yes. So yeah, it's going to require a bunch of stuff because it is not like Rewind for Mac is a third party. This is going to be deeply integrated. Worst part about Windows 11 is that the default centers the start button. Yes, I do not like that. I have a laptop with Windows 11 because it came pre-installed with Windows 11. I didn't do that by choice, and I don't like the start button on that laptop. So it's going to remain local, but like a bunch of stuff is just like, they started with like, hey, if you have an incognito browser, we're not going to like check that. Recall won't take snapshots of in-private web browsing sessions in Microsoft Edge. So if you want to use private sessions in Edge, you won't get a snapshot. If you want to use Firefox or Chrome, who knows? It doesn't perform content moderation and won't actively hide sensitive information like passwords and financial account numbers, which means that if you, while you are just hanging out on your computer, opened up in, let's say, Edge, you opened up your password list because you were like, oh, I don't remember what the password is. Let me go into my passwords on Edge and look at that. And the computer takes a snapshot. If somebody walks up to your computer and maybe you have your browser locked down. So they would need a pin to get into to look at your passcodes, but they wouldn't need that pin to look at just, because I bet Recall doesn't have password protection. So they would able to just be like, well, I can just go and look and see what you done did. It's real bad. It's going to be real bad. Also, it's got to be a beef here. It doesn't keep everything forever. It basically allocates 25 gigs on your hard drive, and then as it fills up, it deletes old stuff. So if you are doing a lot of work and a lot of snapshots get placed, it'll fill that up. Or again, 25 gigs. If you're working on big videos, forget it. That's not even going to be a thing. And it's going to store a bunch of snapshots on the device. So at least it isn't trying to be like, oh, we stored that in the cloud. At least they're like, no, we would do that. We are done with this kit. I'm gonna take 2 photos. I'm gonna take the normal, and then with all the stuff that opens, like these open up. They don't stay open, unfortunately, well, unlike the master grade, which I remember these hinges being better. And then we'll put the weapons on the arms because that's a cool thing to do. We'll do the underhanded weapons. But yeah, this shit seems ridiculous and not cool, and I don't know why people would be super psyched about it. But of course, some people are psyched about it because they love AI. Like, there were a couple things out there. This article from The Verge doesn't get into it, but there are a few people that are like, why is it so limited? Like, that was their big complaint. Their big complaint was that it was like too limited. Of the options weren't like they didn't give you enough cool shit to do. Like, you should make it available. Like, the reason why this is going to be bad is because not enough people get to use it like this. And it's just like, oh, no. No, that's, no, we're not, no. You can't act like that, it's like, oh no, people should be able to use this cool new tech, and it's a bummer that more people don't get to use it. It's like, no, that's not what we should be saying here. Okay, so how do I connect these? So this has to go, move these arms up. I'm not quite sure how this works. So I think it comes out like this, maybe. I don't know how these work, how these turn around, but they do. Like, this is going to go down, and then forward. Maybe. I am not fully convinced I know how to get these weapons to be held by the underhand here. I can see there's a version where I can combine the 2 guns. Okay, yeah, all right. So I want to hold them like, somehow I want to fold it in like this and then hold it like that. Yeah. I don't know how I do this, so forgive me. So anyway, if you're looking for a new computer, I would say you probably don't want to get this, because it seems like this is going to be a nightmare, and maybe you don't want to get in on it. But I don't know you. Maybe you're amped about having an AI-driven snapshot thing. Recall. Sounds bad to me, friends. All right, we got another model kit to start, but I want to get these things done right, and I'm not quite sure how to do it. But yeah, it looks like... Okay, welcome. Welcome to the Build Bear Workshop. We're finishing up the Buster Gundam High Grade. I am trying to get this alt part of this done so that we can have the weapons being held by the actual arms. So we will try to get that together. So let's see, that's going to be like... All right, I'm going to try to figure this out. So I can tell from this that the arm is going to be underhanded here. Yeah. This is going to flip down. It's weird. So we'll see what happens. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. We'll see if we can get this. Figure this out. Is it like that? That doesn't seem right. Yeah. It's funny because it like these are very flexible and move around, but like not exactly how I would want them to. Like the idea that they're on the backpack, but then they're attached to the waist, so they have a whole lot of maneuverability is really fun. Until the part where I'm like, okay, and then how do I hold these two things? How does that part work? And it's like, oh, okay, well that's going to be a different story. Me trying to figure that out is unfortunately a little weird. It's like, is it like that? Because that seems wrong. Yeah. I guess it could go all the way like that. Yeah, that kind of works. Yeah, this kind of works like that. Okay, yeah, I can do that. So one six, I'm like, I don't know if this is right, but it looks like it might be. And so we'll do that. Yeah, that kind of works. Again, I'm like not 100% sure this is how they would want me to do it, but it is not the most cooperative. All right, and then oh, and again, these like to pop off, which is a problem with this kit. Okay, well, let's look at this. Let's see if they're... Yeah, this has it like really choked up. This, then... Okay, this still has it folded back. Then maybe like that. Okay, that could work. Like that. Ooh, okay. Wait, yeah, this looks right. This looks like it's something. Yeah. All right. That's more like what I wanted to look like. So we'll take a look at that. I've got one thing, but I kind of have to look at it before so I want to finish this before we talk about it. But there is an upcoming wrestling show for DDT, Dramatic Dream Team Wrestling, that I really want to talk about because it is on purpose incredibly ridiculous and weird. And I am very excited about talking about it. It is a one match card. So right now they're only listing one match for it. But there are 51 different kinds of tickets for the event. And one of those is of course a regular just ticket, but they're on purpose making it very strange with a lot of different kinds of ways to watch the show. And I'm very excited about that because that is very silly. I look forward to telling you about many of the various silly ways you can purchase a ticket if you're so inclined. If you were in Japan or available to go to it. Lashberg says, I got to say, Playmo Weekender moving to Memorial Day weekend probably made sense, but for me, it's already got to compete with watching Combo Breaker and Double or Nothing. I understand. Yeah, the real thing is it's better than doing it in April, which is when they normally did it. It is better for the people putting it on. And also, it has grown so much since the beginning. They could not really just do a 3-day weekend. And it's hard. It's a harder sell to do it. Last year, everyone on Thursday, because they tried to do 4 days, everyone on Thursday did not have the numbers they had in previous ones. Myself included. I definitely did not get the numbers that I would have what I was expecting. And I'm not alone in that. So it makes a lot of sense for them. It's going to be difficult, but Also, there are people that don't watch Combo Breaker, and there are people that don't watch Double or Nothing. So I understand, the same way that there are people who are just like, oh, this thing is on like PAX East. It was in April, and it was like a week before Plastic Bottle Weekender 1 year. And I'm like, that negatively affects like not that many people, but I was like, that year I was like, oh, I might go to PAX East though. That's going to affect me. But I do understand. It's going to make watching it harder for some people. All right. I cannot quite get these weapons to work exactly how I would like them to work, and I think I'm just going to have to be okay with that. This is, again, of course, a high grade, so, it is what it is. I think it is silly that you can have the backpack weapons flip over and then hold them. I find that very fun and nonsense, even if I'm not nailing it how it looks. It's still a cool, weird thing. This was the Buster Gundam. And it is complete, and we'll take a second photo of it. And then we'll, I'll take a second photo of it with its various weapons. And then we will move on to the new kit that we are working on tonight. Thank you, Buster Gundam. I bought you in January, and it took a long time for you to come up in rotation for me to build. But now we are going to work on the Gundam Gold Frame Amatsu Mina. So we will get ready for that. This kit is gold. It's got gold polycaps. It's got so many goddamn stickers. Look at all these goddamn stickers. Here's all the polycaps. They are gold. Here's all the goddamn stickers. There's so many of them. There are so many color correcting stickers. Oh well, it is what it is. This is a 2013 kit. We got a full-size booklet. Very excited about that. This is 2 years after the Buster that we just worked on. We got a cool, weird backpack. We got some wires. The backpack is also like a back shield and weapons. They're hooks. It's got so much going on. It also has, of course, lots of gold. Look at that. Look at this nice looking gold. I'm very pleased with how this gold looks. I think it's going to look good, especially with a little black marker. And there's a lot of gold on this thing. So I'm excited to work on it. This was the newest addition to the backlog, but people wanted it. So I was talking about the 51 types of tickets available for Super Sasango Machine. Super Sasango Machine is a masked wrestler with DDT and also works independently outside of DDT. He is a comedy wrestler. He often does funny PowerPoints. Him doing a show where there are a bunch of different tickets for sale is very funny. We do not know for sure if all of these tickets are legitimately for sale. It feels like they aren't. It feels like a joke that they're like, oh yeah, all these are for sale. And actually, my guess is only some of them are for sale, and they'll say that some of the other ones sold out. That is my guess. I need Jay. Jay is here. That's just my guess, but I'm gonna say I don't think all of them are real. But his match with Tagaki, Senshiro Tagaki. So yeah, there's just gonna be one match in this show. It is a DDT show. And they range from 1,000 yen to 999,999 yen. Also, there's a 500 yen fee with Shinjuku Face because that's the venue. And for that 500 yen, you get like drink tickets or whatever. That is just to cover the venue. So there's a hidden fee. So you're not gonna, if you're gonna spend 20,000 yen, you're also gonna have to spend the 500. But at that point, what are you doing? All of these are, so one of them is just like you just have a regular ticket. Some of these are like you're doing work for the group, and I have to imagine that there'll be some wrestlers who do it. You know, they didn't actually pay; they're just jokingly they paid because some of this stuff is like if you wanted to get into wrestling photography, you could use this as a credit, because there is a ticket to be a photographer. Tickets that include souvenirs, luxury watch ticket. That's the $999. You get one of Tagaki's favorite high-end watches. That's why it's so expensive, which is very silly. I'm going to go through a lot of these. I'm not going to go through all 51. They're very funny. So that's the 999.999. For 8,000 yen, you receive one of Sasango's favorite cheap Casio watches. $20,000, you receive a pair of black tights and underwear worn by Tagaki. Again, joke. You receive one of his mask, SSM's mask for 20,000 yen. And for 18,000 yen, you get a knockoff Coach bag, which is a weird dig on him having fake bags. So for 20,000 yens plus additional offer, you can receive a special plastic mold made by Muscle Saki's factory. Muscle Saki is a wrestler. You can also make an offer to buy and take over his company so you can have your own molding factory or metal processing business, which is just a very strange, weird thing. Again, I don't think a lot of these are real. I just think they are added in for joke value, but they're good jokes. I need 2 of this. So this is going to be how the arms connect, I believe. So I got to put one of these in there. I missed one of these polycaps, so I got to quickly do that before we move on. And I start going through some of the other ridiculous, weird things that you can, the weird tickets for this one wrestling show. All right. Yes, there we go. That's in place. Oop, I got to put that back in place right. And I need another polycap 1. Another polycap 1 is here. Let's see. Other tickets. Static electricity removal ticket. You will receive an item that protects you from static electricity. That's 4,000 yen. 10,000 yen. I assume this is DDT selling off... getting rid of inventory. This is just like old shirts and stuff. Let's see. With guidance from Kenjo Nakamura, you will be allowed to use the pin shot light to follow the wrestlers during the match when needed. So it's basically like pay them money and you can be the spotlight operator, which is just very silly. And I'm super fucking into that. Then there's different prices to be the second, which just means you are a wrestler at ringside. We've seen that before when I've watched old wrestling on the stream, especially Japanese wrestling and modern Japanese wrestling as well. The people that are just at ringside cheering them on. They're not really managers, but they are there for moral support or to be a cushion if a wrestler, dives out of the ring or something to help break a fall. Ringside photo ticket. You'll be allowed to take photographs of the match at ringside, just like a professional photographer. DDT will also have permission to use your photographs for their content. So if they don't have sole rights to the content and you can keep some of it, that's a great way to build a resume if you are a budding wrestling photographer. I can't get these fucking polycaps to stay in for the life of me. I'm going to try doing a trick here. Just to hold it in place and get these in place here. Nope. But yeah, these polycaps do not want to stay in. I might have to wait and put them on the piece that is going to go on the back of this, which is A22. I might have to do that because these polycaps do not want to stay in place. Let's see. Is that enough? Is that going to stay? All right, that kind of is staying in place. We'll figure it out. We'll try this, and we'll move on. Other things from this wrestling show, tickets. Bell ringing ticket. You will sit next to the ring announcer and ring the bell for the customary 5 times before the start of the show and also at the end of the intermission. So you're not ringing the match bell. You're for the match. You're just ringing the bell like to try to get people to get to their seats, basically. Near the end of the match, you will be allowed to make a surprise appearance and interfere in the match. By doing so, you will have some influence on the match outcome. Even if you have no knowledge of pro wrestling, you are welcome to buy this ticket. So this seems like one of the things that they'll actually let someone do, and they won't say is sold out, which seems incredibly weird, and could be unbelievably great. That they're basically, you can pay them to interfere in a match. Let's see. You will briefly get to participate in the match as a substitute. Being a wrestling photographer will be fun, but I'm barely a gun photographer. I hear you, Lashbrook. So you can substitute being him, being Machine, in order to reduce his busy work schedule. Applicants must be at least 180 centimeters tall and available to take part in a remote meeting held 1 hour before the match begins. You also must return the mask that will be given to you when you are done with it. He's not, he's given away one mask for money. He's not going to do it for he's not going to have 2 masks. You got to return that mask if you borrow it. You will get to present the winner of the match with your favorite item as their reward. Only available to participants who can bring or prepare their own items by themselves. So basically, you can just give them something. You're paying them to present them at the end to the winner. Pretend to be a reporter. You can relax and watch the match from the press box while pretending to be a reporter. You can also participate in the post-match events. Which is just so fucking weird and funny. Just be like, sit in the press area and then do the post-match interview and ask a question and pretend to be a reporter. All right. Yeah, I cannot get these polycaps to stay in. I'm going to leave this out and we'll try to get it in. I'll try to get it in there at the when I'm putting the back piece on, because this one just will not go in and I don't know why. So we're just going to move on and we'll figure it out as we go. There's some of these are just fucking incredibly weird and great. The wrestlers will go out of their way to sneak up to your seat and look at you during their entrance. They will also brawl near your seat when they go fighting. When they go fighting outside the ring. You and your companions can also get your picture taken with the wrestlers during the brawl. It's such a weird little thing. All right, and then this needs to go here. That looks right. Okay. All right, the second polycaps went in a lot easier than the first ones did. And then I'm going to try to put these polycaps in as I'm putting the back piece on. So we'll do that. And of course, when we put the front piece on, there's going to be some stickers, which is fine. So I'm going to this is going to line up like that. And then, yeah. So let's see if I can get these polycaps to sit on the back piece easier than they went on the first one. They seem to actually immediately come in better. There are nubbins that we got to take care of here, so we got to get some nubbins off. With the gold plastic like this, there are often little nubbins that you got to take care of, which I got off of the first one, but I missed one apparently. Tickets that DDT does not know will actually be bought. I mean, I don't think any of these can go. Oh, also in true ECW style, weapon carry ticket, 10,000 yen. During the match, you could hand over weapons that you brought with you to the wrestlers. I feel like they will say that has been sold out. Because again, there's like 200 something seats and there are 51 types of tickets, but I feel like they're only going to have a few of these. Because mostly it's about listing all these. Oh, during the match, you can serve food that you brought to the wrestlers so they can regain their strength. Note, SSM loves shrimp. Just a funny thing to include in there. These seats are the ones by the counter in Shijuku Face. Proposal ticket. During the show, you will be able to talk to your partner using the ring microphone and make a dramatic proposal for them. If it is a marriage proposal and the partner says yes, both wrestlers can sign the marriage registration as guarantors. Incredible. Every time you laugh during the match, you'll be punished by getting hit in the butt by one of the wrestlers at ringside. That is the no laugh ticket. I don't know why anyone would buy the no laugh ticket, but they're going to prep themselves in case you do buy it. All right, let's see if I can get this together. Can I get this together? Oh, not really. It's almost together. This polycap didn't fit in right, so I'm going to do it again. I almost got this together. I'm going to try putting the polycaps on the backside here. We'll see if we can get it look like that. Well, there we go. Let's see. Oh, this one is fucking such a good fucking burn on DDT's own audience. This one is incredible. Available to new fans, you will be given a reasonably placed seat next to a DDT master who can explain everything that is going on. If the DDT master tickets are not sold, then DDT staff will step in to assist. And then DDT master ticket is, you are allowed to explain DDT to a person sitting in the DDT beginner seat next to you in a low voice. It's just like, hey, you fucking Mark. You know everything about DDT. You can just explain what's going on. It's mansplaining, yes. Retirement ceremony ticket. You will be given a 10-bell salute if you want to retire from something. Again, if you want to retire for something, you can do this. I think they want to hold you to it, which is very funny. Let's see. There's a burn on one of the wrestlers called the matching ticket. Available for fans looking for a wonderful encounter at a pro wrestling show produced by Makoto Oishi. Basically, it's just saying like, hey, you want to go on a date with this wrestler? This ticket is only available for pro wrestlers. You may be asked to participate in the match to keep it from getting boring. The ticket is recommended for wrestlers who want to thank or fight Sanshiro Tagaki before he takes a break from wrestling. One of the wrestlers in this is taking a break from wrestling. He's taking a long hiatus. So this is basically like before he takes a break, but don't have the confidence to confront him in a singles match. So this idea is, hey, if you have a lot of respect for this guy, but you are too scared to wrestle him or challenge him to a match, just buy this ticket and then you get to be in the match. It's wild. Side job introduction ticket. This ticket is exclusive to companies that would like to have Sanshiro Tagaki help them in any way. Those who buy a ticket are free to discuss the terms and conditions on an individual basis. If you're celebrating a birthday from June 20th to June 30th, a surprise party may be waiting for you at the show. Extra fee of 6,000 yen for accompanying guest. That's half price. So I should stress, it says there may be a surprise party. So you could buy the birthday ticket and then you don't get a party because they were like, oh yeah, no, we had too many of those. Bring home a pipe chair you sit on, just like at the world's biggest wrestling events every year. That is not a thing DDT does. They do not have the expensive folding chairs with the logo of the event on it. They're going to make a special one of those just for this. So you could win the pipe chair. Pretend you are a sold-out show by sitting in one of the backstage seats normally saved for when an event is held at full capacity. You could just pay 3,000 yen to have a bad seat. Even if there are available seats, you could buy a ticket for a bad spot. Sorry, I had the wrong sheet here. Because this is a variation of other Astrays, the lettering goes ADIJKLM. So it's going to take me a little while to remember where some of these are, because it'll be like, oh, grab I, and I don't know where I is. Because again, this is a variation on a variation. This is a variation on the gold frame, which is a variation on the red and blue frames. This surprises you get nothing. Yeah. There are tickets if you want to sit at a bar a wrestler owns and watch from that bar and get things there. There's a whole plethora of tickets for that. You can get some merchandise. Normal special spectator ticket, 6,000 yen. The normal ticket is the same price as a bad seat ticket. It's the 49th option, and it's just for those that want to buy a regular ticket for a regular seat at the show. Then, if you want to pay 10,000 yen, and they're hoping that a lot of people do this, I guess, big guest invitation ticket. Depending on sales, DDT will invite major guests to the show using money spent on this ticket. So basically, they're going to try to they're just going to try to pay someone to be there based on, depending on how much money they raise from this one thing. This is all nonsense, and I love it. It makes me incredibly happy to see all this nonsense. I need some stickers. We got to put some stickers on here. You will receive the shoes that Tagaki wore when he walked through the streets near Tokyo Dome. Not wrestling shoes, just sneakers that one of the wrestlers wore. Let's see. Can I round this out with the yen is weak right now? Yes, these are very good deals. It is a one-match show, and if neither of these are DDT wrestlers you like, I could see you not going there. And then they have normal tickets. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Limited to celebrities ticket. Tagaki is always happy to have celebrities come to see his matches. Why not take photos of yourself with the wrestlers during the match or backstage after the show and post it to social media? You may bring along a companion. That's only 4,000 yen. That's 4,000 yen. If you available only to celebrities, celebrities can pay 4,000 yen to promote the show, which is so stupid and so fucking funny. God. This is goddamn brilliant. I love all this stupid shit. All right, I need 14 is this. We're putting our first color correcting. We're covering up the gold to put this red sticker on. I don't like that at all. I'm not a big fan of covering up this beautiful gold with red. We do need to do it. We're doing it right now. Do I like that we're doing this right now? No. Are we doing it? Yes. 12 and 13. 12 is on this side. 13 is on that side. Could this have just been red plastic instead of doing it like this? Sure. Were they going to do that? No. God, I can't even. This is black, so I can't even really see how it's supposed to look. Oh, there it is. I literally couldn't see the thing, the indent for where the sticker is supposed to go because this is pure black. I mean, this is a gorgeous looking black. Don't get me wrong. But this sticker was hard to get on. The other one should be better because now I know where to look on the opposite side. But yeah, that was difficult. I have like good lights on too. That would be really hard to do if I didn't have these lights on. Anyway, that's just a dumb wrestling thing that I'm very excited about. Because it takes a play. Oh, also, because it's a weekday, SSD is afraid that a lot of his fan base who are from his hometown region of Niigata will not be able to attend. So they can buy a $1,000 ticket and then they can just watch it on Wrestle Universe because it can be streamed live. And that ticket does not get you into the venue. You're basically he's saying, hey, if you want to support me and you're from my hometown, you can just buy a ticket to support me for 1,000 yen and then not come. And it's very silly. But like I said, if you are really the deal is the photography one. If you just want to pay a small fee to take photographs at a wrestling show, it's a really fucking good deal. I mean, none of us are going to do this, but it's fun. All right, I'm going to finish this kit by doing the back part on it, and then we'll run a lot of polycaps, not polycaps, we'll run a lot of marker on this, and then we'll move on to building the big old head, because it's a very detailed head on here, and a bunch of big color correcting stickers. This is an undertaking, but I can't do that yet, because we need to do a pause for the cause. I need to talk to you about ways you can support this channel and all of the nonsense that I do here. So let's get into that. Let's hit the this button over here. We'll switch to that. Hold on one second. Sorry. Hey, I'm going to talk to you about ways you can support what I do here. Everything I'm about to say is optional. You don't have to do any of these things. If you would like to, that rules, and I would love it if you could. But you don't have to. It's optional. If you are currently subscribers to the Build Bear Workshop, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego of the site, the Tier 2 Blue emote in chat. We are currently at 35 subscribers. The goal is to get to 50. I shut up about how many subscribers I have when I hit 50. So if you want to become a subscriber, you can use Cash Money or your Prime Gaming token. You could gift a sub. You could join the gift sub leaderboard like Mjan and Aristofan. Gifting subs is very cool. All the cool kids are doing it. If you want to be young and hip, you gift a sub to somebody in the community so they get cool emotes and they don't see ads. That's incredible. And then, of course, you can always do bits. The cheer leaderboard is there. There have been 0 bits this month. If you want to throw some bits at me, you could do that as well. Let's see. What else can I say? That's the easiest way to support me financially, if you wanted to, because you're already here on Twitch. You can just do it through Twitch. But there are other ways to support me if you're so inclined and interested. Also, hi, Aristofan. Just want to say hi. You could join my Patreon at patreon.com/PatBear. There's a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. There are different rewards for different tiers. My $10 tier voted on this kit, the gold frame Amatsu Mina. They were like, this is the kit you should work on, Pat. And I'm glad they picked this one. I would have been happy to work on the F91 or the very cool Lego set that I got in my backlog. The very cool Lego set. I would have been happy to work on either of those. But I'm glad this one got picked because it looks neat as hell. But yeah, Patreon, different rewards. Take a look over there. See if there's something that you would like to check out. I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/PatBear. Obviously, subscribing is free, but I have memberships over there. $2 a month, you get my Wednesday videos, my weekly Wednesday video. You get that on Tuesday. So if you joined and became a member on my YouTube today, you would get a video tomorrow that other people aren't getting till Wednesday. Ahead of the curve. You'll find out the next anime that I'm recommending from the 2000s, because that's what I'm doing all the month of May. So that would be kind of neat. You could do that. Those are all monthly ways to support me. If you just want to make a one-time tip, if you want to put a tip jar together, I have a Ko-Fi, and also you could always just send something directly to my PayPal as a friendly gift. And everything I make through direct donations like that, through YouTube, which includes AdSense, so watching my videos helps me out, through Patreon and through Twitch, all goes into also goes together in a fund that I pull money from to buy model kits. Because the kit I'm working on right now, this very kit that I am building, the Mina, I was able to pick this up because of your past generosity. Because of the fine folks, I was able to take money out, put it towards that, pick up some model kits. And I'm very grateful for that. I have a backlog that has a few things in it. If you you're destined, you're thinking to yourself, Pat, I know what kind of model kit you should build next, but you don't have it right now. Well, you could just buy it and then I'll build it. You could buy something from my Amazon wish list, and then I will put together on stream. It'll become the next thing that I build. It'll jump the queue, and then I'll put together on stream, lickety split. I have inexpensive kits, like very inexpensive Lego sets, and some inexpensive model kits. And then I have expensive Lego sets and expensive model kits. I recently added a bunch of stuff to my wish list. I'll highlight a few things that I've added to my wish list pretty recently. the Unicorn Gundam Destroy mode. I said I would not build another unicorn, but it looks pretty fucking neat. I'll build it. It's going to be a nightmare, but I'll build it. Also, the Zuda, which I think the Zuda is from Igloo and the original series. It's a grunt that I don't remember at all. But the Zuda, like, is kind of cool. It's kind of a cool grunt. I'll put that together. That recently got added to the wish list. The Sea Destiny kit recently added that. And is there one more that that's some of the newer stuff. Oh, also, yeah. I recently added a pricey Lego set. I'm not expecting anyone necessarily to pick this up, but it is very funny. It's an esports Lego set. It's the gaming tournament truck. So it's one of those like flatbeds that like reveals it's got like TVs on it, and then that's a building set. And that's hilarious to me. And I was like, oh, I'm putting that on a wish list. If it ever goes on sale, I'll pick it up. But yeah, if you want me to build the gaming truck, the esports gaming truck Lego set, I put that on there. There's a bunch of stuff. See if there's something there that you'd love to see me put together. And again, I'll make a dedicated YouTube video about the thing that you purchased. It'll jump the queue and become the next thing I build when it's time to finish this kit up, all that. Yes, Lashbrook, that is a Lego City set. It is a Lego City esports truck. That is official thing. It is on the wish list. It is, I believe, $32 right now. But yeah, that's real. That is a real Lego set. I thought it was very silly. So that's my wish list. Also, you could buy something. You could buy a gift card, because I believe that's it. I have gift cards and gear on Throne. If you want an alternative to Amazon, but you still want to help me out, you can go to my Throne wish list. I have to update that. It's been a little while, so I will go in and update that. And then the most complicated and convoluted way to support me is to go to USA Gundam store and buy a gift card. You get a gift card code in your email. You can send me a DM on Twitter or a whisper here on Twitch with the gift card code, and then I will use that gift card code to buy something from USA Gundam store, a model kit, of course, and then build it on stream. That is the most convoluted way. I'm going to drink a little water even before my water break because I need it. Someone needs to make a knockoff Lego set of the Firefall bus. That's a pretty good idea, Lashbrook. That I'm sure that bus, the gamer bus, could be modified, the official one. If you want to join my Discord, would love to have you in the Discord. John wants me to hit the dance button. I will hit the dance button once I'm done with all my ad read stuff. But I will, John, I will fulfill your channel point usage, and I appreciate you using that. But yeah, I got a Discord. Please join my Discord if you want to hang out there. It's a nice little place. You're welcome to join there. Pat Bear's Anime Club. The latest episode. There will be a new episode out a week from today. But if you missed the previous episode, I talked about some fucking weird ass manga premises. Some of which are like still cool, and some of which seem like the dumbest shit. And one of them got made into an anime. And it's like, how did this fucking get made into an anime? I have no idea. Why did anyone make this romantic comedy with its nonsense premise a real thing? And then there's one that is technically, the last one is technically a light novel, but there is a manga adaptation coming, and I didn't want to wait. Because it's also a cool, weird premise. But I talked about weird manga premises. And then Kuma Baer is my weekly anime recommendation series. And all this month, I am recommending anime from the 2000s. And I recommend the seminal Slice of Life Nana, the drama, comedy, music series about two girls who both moved to the big city of Tokyo at the same time, who are both named Nana. And what the fuck happens with them? It's fucking great. Watch my short video explaining it and then check out the series. Because you'll like it. Let's see. I've got some anime to talk about, but I can't do that until I dramatically transition to the overhead and drink a little water and then also hit the dance button. I'll hit the dance button as well. But first, I'm going to hit the dramatic button. It's a button that I labeled dramatic. And we'll have a dramatic transition to the overhead camera right now. Ah. And then, because Umjan spent the channel points, here is the dance button. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Clap, 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 clap. My hips are really moving. You can see the chair behind me, but just know that this is a song that you want to, that is led by the hips. That style of music there. That's a fun one. Thank you. It is good. I think it's pretty great. All right, so we're going to go in from the back side here. So this is 21, so it's going to be on this side, and 20 is going to be on this side here. These are the shoulder pieces. This is the polycaps that I was having trouble with. Have to go into that. And then there is a back a piece that is like the back frame of this. And then we can polycap this as I'm talking about some anime here. Then make sure this is nice and clean. Great. All right. We'll do that. We'll do that. And I need which is the nice... This black is so shiny. Oh, it's really cool looking. This kit is goddamn gorgeous. I got a good... I will say this, friends. I got a good price. So it's L, not I. I got a good price on this whole damn thing. So I was happy with that. Oh, yeah. L is the other gold, which is also good looking gold. So don't get me wrong. This is also good looking. Let's talk about two anime that I have been watching. Kaiju number 8. They're both episode 6, weirdly enough. And Whisper Me a Love Song. Very different kinds of shows. One is an action series about people fighting monsters, one of whom also is turning into a monster. And the other is a series about two girls who are figuring out if they should date one another. And where that leads. In a high school setting with music. But it's not necessarily a music show. It is a show with music. Wait. How do these attach? Go like this. Okay. Yeah, right? Yeah, that makes yes, this makes more sense. It would go in like that. Yeah, that makes some sense. A lot of nubbins on some of these here, so I gotta trim these off. So let's start with Kaiju number 8. Now that I believe I have put these pieces on correctly, we'll find out later if it, because I don't, or is it supposed to look like this? Does that make more sense? That makes more sense. So as I looked at it, I was like, oh, that's wrong. Oh, wow. My frames are not my frame. Well, yeah. I didn't drop any frames. I just dropped a lot of kilobytes there. Let's see if this is back up. Yeah, let's see. Let me see here. I'm buffering. Let me go in there. Oh, yeah. Ooh, kilobytes dropping again. Wow. This is looking real not great. I haven't dropped any frames because I have the mode set in where I don't drop frames. Instead, my kilobytes just drop, and there should be set at 3,000. But yes, the bit rate just drops instead. I have that set up instead of dropping frames, and it looks like we're stable. So my apologies, friends. That would have been a lot of drop frames, and that might have actually even been a disconnect otherwise. But because I have OBS settings so that I just lose the bit rate drops when instead we said that. So my apologies. If you're watching this later on the VOD on YouTube, it won't look like that. You won't even notice that because it's not set up like that. This is going to be hard. I'm going to say this, friends. I am not going to connect this back piece here. This back piece, you can see it right there. It means this kit can't lay flat. Oh, no, it can. It's just I got to be very careful with it. All right. Well, so we will do it. we'll see later. But this part is going to be important for the rest of the kit, and the backpack and all that. But all right, let's panel line this, and I will tell you a bit about episode 6 of Kaiju number 8. This is our first operations for our team. Our folks are out on the job here and taking care of business. They're in a situation where there are big kaiju and small kaiju, the Hoju and the Yoju. Yoju being the smaller ones. The Hanju, I should say, are the large ones. And everyone's rolling out. Mina and her team are going to take on the Hanju. And there are some snipers set up to take care of some of the other monsters in the highway. And then the other sectors are all taking care of some stuff here. That Hanju is really big. And we get to see that a lot of groups have been a lot of different groups are going out there. Reno calls Kafka. They're in different. Kafka and Reno are not in the same group, so they talk to each other and wish each other well. Reno's really excited about the mission, and Kafka's team goes where they need to go. Kafka's team does involve Kikuro, who does. She, with her power suit and her abilities and her being fucking pretty great at this, defeats most of the monsters, and everyone's really impressed with it. Reno's team works together, taking care of their smaller enemies. And then also, we met him, but we really didn't learn too much about it. Reno on his group has a rival. What's his name? I have it written down here. Iharu. Ataru is the rival. Ooh, I am dropping. My bitrate is fluctuating wildly, friends, and my apologies for that. I'm not going to talk about it too much. Hopefully, it is not impacting your enjoyment of the stream too heavily. So my apologies for that. But I have no real control over that. When we had drop frames, nobody likes that. So at least this, hopefully, it's still enjoyable enough. So let's see. There's a veteran a group of veterans, and they're kicking some ass. And apparently, they're like, well, it's probably because we got all these new hot-ass recruits, these new good at their job recruits. So it's probably that our veterans are trying to step up because they're impressed or they're a little worried about it. They're motivated. Kafka goes over to one of the defeated monsters and finds where its core is to destroy the core, because remember, he was part of the cleanup crew, so he really has a good idea of what is needed in the aftermath. And if the cores have been removed, it makes it so it won't reproduce or anything like that. And then notices that, oh, hey, this thing has a second set of reproductive organs. So in its death, it might reproduce and make more monsters. And so he lets people know, hey, they'll spawn more monsters. This is how to do it. So Hoshina, who is his captain, basically is like, great job, excellent observation, and then tells everybody else, hey, this is what we need to do to take care of this problem. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to relay the intel because this is good news. This is why you have Kafka on the team, even though he is being underused because of his incredible fighting abilities as a part man, part monster, but he is hiding that. So instead, we'll just showcase the fact that he pays a lot of fucking attention to things. Let's see. We got Mina firing her weapon, destroys the big Hanju, the giant kaiju monster. Gets fucking murked real fast. And Hoshina shows Kafka how good he is at fighting close range. Kind of shows off his whole fucking style. All right, I got this tiny little piece here on the face. Working on the face right now. I don't love working on faces in the second hour of a stream because my focus is a little fried at this point. But because faces have tiny pieces and tiny stickers. Remember the Buster Gundam, the eye sticker gave me a whole lot of trouble. And this little faceplate sticker is also giving me trouble. All right, so it goes like this into that piece there. So I'm going to stop reading my notes about this episode. But anyway, I know Mina takes care of the big one. But also, there are more monsters that are just around. Out of the big monster dies, and of course the big monster had more cores in it, and it had so the idea was this was a trap, right? This was going to overwhelm this defense force. They were going to struggle to defeat all these monsters, and then all of the dead monsters were then going to spawn new monsters, right? And they figured that out about the small ones. That was probably going to get triggered by the big monster getting killed, but they prevented that. But still, the big one has a bunch of monsters, tiny monsters come out of it. And everyone's really tired, but they're going to push through. And Iharu and Reno run into a guy, a monster sweeper, one of the cleanup people who shouldn't be there. And we, the viewers, recognize that this is one of the bad people that has been dressed like that, because we saw an episode end with him dressed like this. And he's just like, man, who's been destroying all of the organs that I placed in, the reproductive organs I placed in these monsters? Who ruined my plan? And he demands to know who on the defense force uncovered the truth about the plan. He wants to know, like, about Kafka. And they don't know that this is a villain. This is their enemy. Our hero's friend has just stumbled upon what you could assume is the big bad of the show. So shit is going to get real in the next episode. This one had a lot of action. It was mostly action. I thought this was really well done and well paced. All right, so this, I've got a lot of stickers that need to go on these pieces here. So let's find all of the parts we need. We got the whole face, and then there's like a side part on it as well. L11 is here. Oh, is that going to be on the back of the head? Yes. This is the back of the head. So there's basically the front face piece is going to have a ton of stickers on it. And then the back face piece has just one. These are usually the cameras. These are just little stickers here to denote this is the camera. So that's going to be L there. And then I need I for both of these because the head is black. And so we're going to put colored stickers on the black parts here. And that's going to be okay. That'll look fine when we do it. So that's going to go there. That's going to go there. And then in between that is I-14, which is this piece. The other anime that I have been watching that I have enjoyed quite a bit is the 6th episode of Whisper Me a Love Song. If you've not been watching this show, this is the story of a girl who sings so good that another girl says that she fell in love with her, but she doesn't actually mean romantic love. She means she fell in love with her voice. But the girl who has been confessed to is like, nah, we should actually date. And so the last couple episodes have been that, progress in music, and also progress in their relationship, or attempting to progress in their relationship, and to see what's up. And this episode had some good music and some advancements in the plot and the introduction of the villain. We thought the girl that was also in love with our main girl, Yori, that Aki was the villain because she was going to make this into a love triangle. Turns out she's not the villain because the real villain is another girl who is a bitch. That's the real villain of the piece, and we'll get to her later. The reveal. At first I was like, I am supposed to know who this is, and then I thought about it and went, oh, I do know who this is. But there was a character who's revealed at the end of this episode that I was like, oh, it's that girl. Okay. So, roll back to the beginning. This episode of Whisper Me a Love Song. Himari, the girl that was misunderstood, and Yori, the girl that has never been, no one has ever, the real villain is love. I mean, it kind of is. The real villain is high school relationships and trying to figure shit out. That's kind of the real villain. But one of these characters does say some shit that is some real fuck you shit. All right, so 8 and 9 are going to go on either side, and 3 goes on the front. So 3 is this sticker here. 3 is the sticker here, and that goes here. The front camera sticker. And then I'm going to stop talking about the anime just for a second. I want to get this done. As I said, there's a bunch of stickers on this face. A lot of this kit is the face stickers. All right, so 8 and 9 are these stickers here. Oops, I took up both at the same time. I just want 8. Oh no. Okay, well that's not what I would want. This is sticker 9. And then sticker 9 is on the face. I'm going to make this photo bigger so I can look at it. I do this now and again. All right, so that's one of these stickers here, because you see there's not a lot of red. So that means this sticker is part of this thing getting red here. So that would be, this piece is going to have its own red sticker. That's the top there. No, wait, there's this. I'm going to say that this red here is this sticker here. Yeah. Okay, so that's where that goes. And the other red is going to go on the other side. Great. Really detailed. It'll all work out. Okay. Now I'm going to put the other sticker there. Okay, so the first half of this episode is the two of them on a date. They are just hanging out. Himari is not sure if she's been given an ultimatum to say, like, hey, do you think this could be a romantic relationship or not? Yori wants it to be a romantic one. Himari is confused about it and unsure. Neither are wrong, but this is the romantic anime, so they gotta figure this whole thing out. So they're trying to figure that stuff out. They dress in some outfits. Eventually they decide an outfit that Himari is going to wear to the upcoming show, where Yori is going to sing a song for Himari, which will convince her, I guess, to either to date or not to date. All right, so I need this piece here. Let's see, 20. And that's going to go on the very top. And then also I6 is going to go on there. And we'll do that there. All right. Also, Himari talks to Yori, wants to know what the song is. she buys her some earrings, and then she charms them to make them good luck earrings because Yori is nervous about the performance. That way she won't feel nervous because she's got the charmed earrings. Aki wants to talk to Yori about Kimari and later, and wants to know like what's going on. She said if she wants to date you or not. What's happening with this? She is trying her best to be a good friend about all of this, even though she has real feelings for Yori and has thought about telling Yori about her feelings, but has decided not to do that. And she gets Yori doesn't know this, of course. But at one point later, I'll just say it now, Yori's just like, of all of my friends, you're my best friend. You're the one I'm closest to of all my friends. It's just like, that hurts. Hurts so much. Hurts to say. But you know, that those are her feelings. She doesn't know. She's not aware that her friend has got the feelings for her. The SS Girls, which is the name of the band, they perform. Miki, who is friends with Himari, is like trying to be supportive as well. Miki and Himari are there. So here's the original song called Sunny Spot. It's lovely. It's a lovely little song and is, you know, her big attempt to woo her. And then we've got like a montage of them together in scenes that we have seen. Kind of, in my opinion, a weird, unnecessary montage because we know we've seen every scene. There's nothing hidden from us, the viewer, but sure. Oh, I got two more stickers that have to go on here, folks. 10 and 11 have to go on here. And then we are done with stickers for a hot minute until we build the shoulders. And then we have to add in a bunch more stickers because the shoulder has... I mean, this kit just is fucking full of stickers. I shouldn't act like we're ever getting a break from these stickers because it just has so many of them. But can I do these at the same time? I actually can't tell if these are 2 at a time or not. It's weird. I don't think it's telling me if I can do these 2 at a time or not. So I gotta look through. Oh no, we're building one arm, then we're building the other arm. Okay. It's good to know. All right, so 10 and 11 are these stickers here. We'll just get these out real quick so I can keep going on this. Himari is charmed by the song. The song does the thing. Himari's like, you know what? Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's try this. Let's date for real. She asks out Yori. She's like, yep. This happened. I want to be with you. Go out with me. And they hug, and it's very emotional. And they tell their friends. And Aki is upset, but she is called the number one friend. And then they're hanging out. But Yori's like, this is a weird thing, because now they're dating. And at one point, Himari kisses Yori's cheek, and Yori's like, oh, that's faster than I would like. Which is a weird thing to say, but... You know, her hormones aren't in check. Basically, they're dating, but it doesn't feel different. And Yori is wondering if it's supposed to feel different. Sorry, I got to put stickers on here, then I can't figure out where they go. I think they go like that. Yeah. The problem with indents on black is it's hard to see the indents. So I'm kind of going off of vibes here. But yeah, so they're just kind of trying to figure it out. You know, they're young. This is both of their first relationship. They are pursuing a romance, but they are unsure of how that works and what it means to be dating. It's understandable. The band, Yori is sticking with the band apparently. And so they visit the student council room because they're going to apply for a festival. They want to perform at the festival. Apparently, there are a lot of bands that also want to perform in the festival. And so the principal is just like, yeah, I guess I'm going to do auditions before summer break so I can like narrow this down. And they're like, and of course our girls are like, okay, well, yeah, we'll do that. Sure. We'll get in there. Whatever it takes, they're up for it. And then, okay, so the character that I didn't recognize here is Shiho. Shiho has been in the episodes before. We didn't know who she was other than Himari's in the cooking club. Momika is the founder of the cooking club. Another member of the cooking club is Momika's friend, and we've only seen Momika talk to Shisho before in that capacity, and now we find out, oh, she's the former leader of SS Girls. She's the former singer of the band who quit and is apparently, which we didn't know. If we do know this, I didn't remember it. She's in a different band. She quit this band to be in a different one, and they're also going to audition for. I'm dropping more bit rate is fluctuating again, folks. Sorry about that. They also are going to audition, and apparently, Shiho, I should say, Shiho was at their performance, and to her face says that Yori was terrible. And it ends with Yori just like completely thrown by this. So the song and performance that was good enough to get a girlfriend in the eyes of the girl that quit this band was terrible. And it was like, whoa, that came out of nowhere. We've got a fucking... This anime has a villain now. Episode 6, halfway through the show, we are introduced to a rival band, and the leader of which is the former lead singer of the current band, who just immediately shit talks our main character. And even if she's right, and maybe like Yori isn't great at performing live, fuck off, girl. You left this band. What do you care? So that was the end of episode 6, and I was like, holy shit. That's a lot. Also a lot. This fucking head was a lot of stickers and a lot of work. And I don't think I did these stickers right. And so I'm going to look at it one more time. I'm going to blow this up. Yeah. All right. So this red is maybe not in the right place, but I kind of, I think it's fine. It's fine. I think it looks good. It looks good enough. Yeah, that's all right. I'm not too stressed about that. I think this face is tiny enough that it's fine if these aren't perfect stickers. But yeah, there's a lot. There was a lot of drama in this episode. It is interesting. I will say this: it is interesting to have our two characters date, because people that like slow burn romances would be very unhappy with the fact that our main characters are together. But that doesn't mean it's like successful or it's going to work great, because immediately there's confusion with it when the two of them. So that's immediately an issue. And then we're also like, maybe this is going to focus more on the band stuff, but that also theoretically and hopefully will fuel the relationship stuff, because the whole reason that Yori is in this band was because the one thing she knew that her now girlfriend was interested in was Yori's singing voice and performance. So what, like that's going to motivate what's happening here. One would assume it will motivate what's going on. So there's a lot going on in this episode. And it was enjoyable. Like I said, it was in some ways really wild. And we are now done with the chest and head of this kit, and we can move on to working on the, we're going to start with the shoulders here and move down the arm. And we're going to work on one whole arm. And again, this kit does have so many stickers. I will stop I'm not going to complain about them, but I will stop like saying anything about disdain, I guess, as we go. But now is the part of the stream where I want to hear from you, friends. Are you playing any video games right now? Are you watching any movies? Did you go to the movies over the weekend? Is there anything that you really want to talk about that you've been seeing or doing? It is always a treat to hear from you. And for the rest of the stream, we will talk about that. I'll kick things off. I will give you time to write in chat what you're up to and into by letting you know what I'm doing. I did yesterday did some cooking, but also did get a D&D session in. It was not my regular main group. It was a one-shot D&D with the collective, the RPG collective that I belong to. I did not have to run the game, which is awesome for me. Always love that. I got to sit back and just enjoy. I don't have a problem running some stuff, but yeah, I did a one-shot with a reoccurring character that I use in that. I have like 2 characters that I bounce between in the guild. Let's see, I2. That's J. This is not what I want. I want I. And that was really fun. I had a good time hanging out with my crew, running some stuff there. That made me really happy. Last night I did watch some wrestling, as I said at the beginning of the stream, I believe, and that was really fun. Watched this weekend's Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling show, which was a really good time. Some good matchups there. The standout was probably Alexis Lee, who is a Singaporean wrestler, and she came to Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling to try to win back the 2 belts, the Queen of Asia belt, which is a Singapore, the promotion's belt, and there's also a belt from Vietnam. Both are being held by Kamayu, Yuki Kamifuku, and she holds both belts. She won each of them separately from Alexis Lee. So Alexis was trying to win back both belts and didn't, but it was a good match. Those two seemed to really like working together. I would say it probably had a bad end, but it was a strong match itself. The end was a little botched, but otherwise it was good. There was a surprising, I would say, one of my favorite wrestlers, and not necessarily one of my favorite wrestlers in Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, had a great tandem. Palm Harajuku tagged with Mizuki, and that actually was really fun. That was a good pairing. I don't know if I've seen that pairing before. I thought that was pretty neat. That was a pretty good one. Yeah, there's some good mixing up. Toga was in the main event, and Himori were in the main event. They're second-year wrestlers, so for second-year wrestlers to be in the main event, even though they were there so that one of them could take the pin, because usually the younger, unless they are pushing a major storyline plot point, the younger wrestler is the one that is going to take the pin, and the more established wrestler is the one that's going to get the victory. And if you have 2 established wrestlers and 1 rookie or newbie on a team, the newest person is the one taking the pin. Again, unless it's the future challenger for a belt pinning the champion, and they'll do that. Let's see. We got to get this on here. And y'all had some stuff going on, which is awesome. Oh, and then I need M1. M1 is one of the only... We have very few actual red pieces on here. M12 is one of the few actually red pieces. There's a non-sticker red, so... But we're going to put a sticker on it anyway. That's fine. I'm going to read what some of y'all have been writing. Lord Crash says, I've been trucking through Nebraska in a American Truck Simulator, which is a fun little state to drive in. Nice. Lashbrook says, I was thinking of watching Clone Wars while listening to the AMCA episodes for them, which meant starting with a prequels rewatch. 2 movies down now, and I have no idea how these are getting reevaluated as being good, actually. Lord Crashington, I agree with you. I recognize that I was 19 when Phantom Menace came out, and I did not have a good time at Phantom Menace, and I had a worse time for the other 2 movies. I realize that it is partially my age that there is a younger generation than me, or 2 generations younger than me, that think fondly on those movies despite their flaws because of when they came out. I am not part of that group. I am not here to litigate that. I just do not think that those movies are good. Playing Hades 2 and building the Psych-Zaku Verka. Nice, Kenna. That's a good Zaku. I mean, there's no bad Zaku, but that's a good Zaku. Finished Crisis Core and looking forward to Paper Mario Thousand Year Door this week. Hell yeah, John. That's going to be a treat. I hope you have a great time with that game. All right, there are more stickers we got to put on here, but we got to assemble this before we can put the stickers on. So let's assemble it, and then we'll do more fucking stickers. And I guess that is American Truck Simulator DLC for Nebraska. Aristofans had an extremely hectic week. I'm sorry to hear that. Let me figure out where this piece goes, and then this piece is going to go like this. Oh, it goes under. Extremely hectic week. I was able to play through Little Kitty Big City, which is very cute. I've been rewatching Twin Peaks: The Return for the Next Lander Watchcast. Hell yeah. Yeah, I've never actually done a full watch through again, a rewatch for the Watchcast. A couple movies I've seen after or like around, but I don't listen to every episode. I'm tempted, because I have been meaning to watch The Return again. I'm tempted to go back, because I probably won't do it weekly, but I'm tempted to go back and check in with what they've had to say like after a rewatch, because I think I'm due for a rewatch of that show. Ghost Valve saw a local symphony. You have friends in it. Hell yeah. You know what? 1, Ghost Valve, that rules. And 2, you don't need to be like, like you can just go to a symphony because it's a fucking symphony. But it's also awesome to have friends involved in something like that. So this is going to be 5. 5 is going to be... 5 is this one. All right, so 5 is here. These are asymmetrical shoulders, so learning these things do not help me about the next half of the build, but whatever. We'll figure it out as we go. The Watchcast pods have been good. Oh, that's good. Also, Ghost Valve is helping a friend get ready for a roommate, a little Elden Ring, and Crypt Master. Nice. Yeah, I've heard good things about Crypt Master. There were a bunch of, like, this month has been a bunch of good indie games. Little Kitty Big City also looks really fun. I've watched some streams of that. Like, there's some fucking bangers out there. Some real cool looking shit. I have not played any of them because I have not received code for any of them, and I don't have money to spend right now on those things on video games. I gotta play what I have. Let's see. Lord Crashton asked, "Did you drive through Sydney?" I had to stop there on one of my cross country drives. Oh, specific question for Lord Crashton. Yeah, I just haven't. I did get a. No, I'm not going to be able to remember what it was. I did download a free game through Twitch. Because I don't always download the games. I'm actually going to see if I can. I'm going to see if I can figure out what that was. You know, with the Prime downloads, I'm going to scroll through the Prime downloads and see if. Also, hey, the Forgotten City is available. If you have Twitch Prime and you've never played the Forbidden City, grab that. The first Forbidden City, grab that. Totally worth checking out. Let's see if I can figure out what game it was. It's a simulator. I'll have to look it up. But oh, sorry. Here it is. This is, I believe, a game from 2021 called Electrician Simulator. I have claimed Electrician Simulator on Epic. I have not downloaded it yet. I don't know anything about it. But I am going to check that shit out. That might be a stream game. Because I have to be careful about that. I can't really be buying games right now. Available funds need to go into dental and then also model kits. Because have to have model kits. Things got dicey there, friends. At one point, like I have an emergency kit, which is an entry grade kit, and that's just good for one stream because entry grades are very easy for the build. But there was a point there where I was like, I might run out of model kits in my backlog. I do have a kit coming in July that I pre-ordered, but I need to have kits constantly, so I got to be careful. All right, I need 30. This is 30. Wait, how does this? Oh. Like, where does this sticker start? This is a big one here. But yeah, so I gotta be careful about it. I gotta make sure I have all the things I need here for streams and all that. I gotta make sure I have model kits. Again, I mentioned this. My next build stream will be this Thursday, but tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, I will, of course, be streaming, and I would love for people to come hang out on that. Where I'll be playing WWE 2K24. I'll be checking out the ECW downloadable content because I paid for that DLC, so I want to use it. And once again, $10 donations during that stream will allow you to pick or suggest wrestlers that you would like to see involved in some stuff, and then also allow you to pick stipulations. If you're like, make this a ladder match, or put Sandman in a hardcore match in an ECW ring, like that kind of thing. You can make those suggestions, and I will do my best to accommodate people. I want to get the last of these stickers done here because I only have 2 more, and then this piece will be done. So I want to try to get that done. So we might go a little past 11 just so I can get these last stickers on. Because what I don't want to do is start Thursday with immediately doing stickers. I want to do some building when we start. So 23 and 19 are the other ones we got to put on here. This is 26. This is 18. The numbers are all over the place here. 14, 16, 17, 23, and 19. Why can I not find either of those? Oh, here we go. 23 is up here around 7. So, you know. Real good shit. This is 23. And then 17 will be on the other side. Do I love color correcting stickers? Not particularly. Do I think this looks cooler than if it was just all black? Yes, this does look cooler. I can say that. These stickers this looks better than it would if it was just all black with that one red piece. Do I wish this was plastic? Yeah, but like it's a high grade. At a certain point, it's just not going to be that, right? It's just not going to look like that. Our bit rate seems to be stable again, so that's good. Just as we get done with the stream. This thing just looks fucking rad, though, doesn't it? It looks sharp as hell. I'll get a good photo of that after the stream's over. But we are going to go and raid because the building is done, but the party don't stop until we go hang out with other people. That is what we do here. We end every stream with a raid. We're going to go find someone doing some cool stuff and go give them a little bit of attention. So we normally raid Mary Kish. Mary Kish is playing Little Kitty Big City. As John says, we always end with a raid. And we always try to raid Mary Kish on Mondays for Mary Monday, because it's the only day she streams. So Mary is there, and we're going to raid her. So let's get that loaded up. Yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for chatting with me. It's always awesome to have people around. I hope you come along on this raid, because Mary rules. Her community is awesome. The game's going to be fun. Come back tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, to hang out with me for WWE 2K24. It's going to be silly. CPU versus CPU matches. It's going to be real silly. You'll have a good time. And come hang out with Mary and have a great one. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.